Hello everybody and welcome to another general vlog video. And I kind of promised, okay, I screwed that intro up. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but I said general vlog, raw frog or something video. Anyways, you guys know it's general vlog video. So I said I wasn't going to do any of these videos anymore because today is the first. Actually, it's after midnight, so it's actually the second. I wasn't going to do a lot of talking videos, but sometimes I just have things on my mind that I got to get off my mind. And unfortunately, you guys are the only people I know. So, that light back here looks awful bright. Let me turn that off. There we go. Maybe that's a little bit better. Yeah, I thought about going out in the garage to do this video. But it's 4:30 in the morning, and I've been in here. I did make you guys a video, which you guys should see before this comes out. And then I just did a short, which once again, you should see before this comes out. And I swear to God, you guys are crooked on the tripod. Let me see if I can't level you out. Apparently not. That's going to be, no, that's too crooked. Hold on, fire the camera guy, fire the camera guy. Anyways, that's better. And everybody out there is like, we don't see a difference now. All right. So, yeah, I still got my leftover Twizzlers or whatever they're called from Taco Bell. I done drank my drink and I used the cup and I got tea. What's going on with Lowe's? I know there's nothing we can do. I mean, what? I got this video might get 200 or 300 views. I don't have enough people that watch to actually do anything. There are people out there that do. Got 100,000 views, 1 million views, you know. Maybe all them people could join together. But Lowe's is just, they're horrible. I'm sorry. I mean, and I know it's not all Lowe's, but I think it is because there's other people that I watch that's had nothing but trouble out of Lowe's. But that's not my problem because I know not to order from Lowe's. I've ordered a few things. I've ordered commodes and I've ordered tubs, stoves, refrigerators, stuff like that. And I have had my fair share of problems out of that. But I'm going down into, for one, product quality. Their lumber is horrible. Now, I'm not saying that it is Lowe's because I know that Lowe's has a supplier and it may be the suppliers. And I do know that we're having problems with, you know, we've already picked all the good lumber. Now we're growing crooked lumber because we're growing it too quick or picking it too quick or whatever they do. Boy, I shouldn't have been in my bedroom to do this. My pillow's all piled up over here. And anyways, I apologize for that. But it's just, their lumber is so horrible. For instance, I went out the other day. I only needed 6 2x4s. And it took me 30 minutes to pick through 100 2x4s to find 6 of them. And all I'm doing is wall framing. They don't have to be perfect. I want straight and not a ton of knots. I don't care about knots, but I don't want a ton where it makes it weak. But I couldn't even find anything straight. If it wasn't bowed this way, it was twisted. If it wasn't twisted, it had waning real bad on it, which is where they get outside too close to the bark. It's horrible. And it's been getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Now, I know that Lowe's has somebody that sources that to them. But Lowe's is big enough. Shouldn't they be able to say, whoa, if this is your quality, we're done with you. Or if this is your quality, okay, but you're going to have to help us on the price. And then pass that down to us, which they don't do. They just keep going up and up and up and up and up on their prices, which we'll get to here in a minute. And then you go there and you need, let's say 32 by 4s, 62 by 4, 52 by 4s, whatever. Well, in fact, I went in there the other day and I got 32 fence panels. Yeah. Don't ask. You'll just see when I'm done. I hope it looks like it does in my head. Okay, but anyways, and there's nobody there to help you. Never anybody there to help you. You know, and I'm looking up and I'm seeing better racks of wood up to the top. And I spend another 30 minutes trying to find an associate to ask them, can you get those down for me? No, not until all these are gone. Well, these aren't worth buying. This is my money. These are not worth buying. Anyways, try to find help at Lowe's. That's another thing. You know, now I know I can go through the 2x4s my own, pick them out, load them up, load them in my truck, not a problem. Even the fence panels I picked up, I had to go through a whole pallet to find, I think I bought 32, to find 32 good ones. And fence panels, I can kind of understand. Those are treated, those are outdoor. But if I'm paying top dollar that they're asking for these fence panels to build a fence, I don't want these in my fence either. Now, I'm going to use them for interior, so I was extremely picky. So I'm not even talking about that. It's the help. Okay, I go in there. I also get OSB. Now, I can load OSB by myself, but by the time I sort through all these panels and everything, anyways, it doesn't matter what my excuse is. I needed help loading OSB. No. Now, the people back at the contractor's desk, oh, yeah, we'll page somebody. We need a code 50 back at contractor's desk. Nobody ever shows up. But if you go right around the corner over to millwork, there they all stand. They do this, and I know it's not just my local Lowe's. I know it's all Lowe's. They just stand there. They don't pay attention. They don't want to come out and help you load and stuff. But that's their job. Now, I know, you know, is it Lowe's job to pick out my lumber for me and all that good stuff? No, probably not. But is it Lowe's job to have somebody help me load when it's things that take more than one person to load and there's only one person, me, there? It should be. If it's not, it should be. And bless their hearts, back at the contractor's counter, they always page somebody, but nobody shows up. And I always joke with them. I said, watch this. I'll walk right around the corner and they'll all be standing there. And there could be, I've seen 10, 15, 20 people standing there. Normally it's only about 3 or 4 younger guys. They just stand there. There's one older guy out there. He's bald. I think he's got a great big gray beard. He's always on a forklift. He's normally very helpful, but he's also always very busy because he is helpful. But Lowe's is probably 75% of the reason that I'm retired now. Let's get into that. Well, no, okay, wait a minute. Before that, let's get into the pricing. Okay, so 5 years ago, I was working on the mobile home I used to live in. And I built a bathroom, a master bedroom, a workshop. I think that's it. I'm going to go roughly, I think lumber, 2x4s back then were like $1.97. They're $5 now. And I understand in time prices have to change. But the things that get me are like paint. Now, not that long ago, since I had my heart attacks, go back and watch videos, I redid a room that I was going to make a podcast room out of. So that was probably 2 to 3 years ago. Paint was $20-some a gallon, low 20s. Valspar 2000, it's cheapest paint they got. It was a pretty decent paint, to be honest with you. A couple coats and it covered. Now, that same paint is almost $50 a gallon. No, there's no point in that. That's a little bit too much of raising the prices. So then, to make it even worse what they've done, I go in there. Now, mind you, I was in there, 2 weeks ago? When I did the boys' 2 rooms, watch videos on that. It pops in a video somewhere. I didn't actually video it because that's personal, that's their room. But I think I did after it was done kind of video it. So 2 weeks ago, I'm buying paint. I have custom colored paint mixed up. My boys picked out a gray. They wanted it lighter than the living room. We had color samples. I took them in, simple. Told them, I said, I want your Valspar 2000 interior satin, this color. Not a problem. I said, also, while I'm here, can you point me to the ready to paint white satin? Sure, it's right here. Got 2 gallons of it, and away we come home. Or I come home. So fast forward 2 weeks, I'm getting ready to do my bedroom, and I go in and I pick my color, which I'm not going to tell you what my color is, but it will be revealed. And then I also want some ready to paint satin white paint. Okay, great. And she goes and gets me paint that's like $80 a gallon. No, I need the Valspar 2000. Well, they don't make that anymore. I said, ma'am, there's a whole shelf of Valspar 2000 here. Oh, well, I mean, they don't make ready to paint white anymore. When? Oh, they haven't for a long time. I said, ma'am, I was just here 2 weeks ago and bought some. Bought 2 gallons. Oh, no. Okay, I'm not going to argue with you. I know that I did. So she's like, well, I can mix it. You can just get a base color. I'll mix white in it. I said, will it match? Because, you know, like you can't see it, but my door's right here. And that's already been freshly painted, and I don't want to have to paint that again. Oh, yeah, it'll match. It don't match. So, and she also told me, she's like, well, sir, I recommend you step up from the Valspar 2000. She said, that takes 4, 5, 6 coats. I said, ma'am, I've been painting with this for years. 2 coats and it's good to go. Well, she was right. I got home. I started painting my ceiling, cutting it in, trimming it and everything. And it is like water. It's probably going to take me at least 4 coats. I'm looking up because I can see it. I can see everything bleeding through it. And it was already white. And I can see stuff bleeding through it. It's horrible. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to make the Valspar 2000 such a crappy product that they're going to force you to go up to a better grade of paint, spend more money, because they're going to do with the ready to paint, the white, which everybody, you know, even if you're painting a wall, there's going to be white trim and stuff. So they're going to do away with that, but you can get it in the better paint. And, you know, the better paint is just like the Lowe's 2000 or the Valspar 2000 paint used to be. It's a 2-coat paint. Anyways, and then we got the problem of when I was a contractor, I do my bids by Lowe's.com. You know, I need and I'm making this up, I need a 12 by 12 bathroom. I want a stand-up shower. I want a chair seat height toilet. I want a vanity that's large, but only 1 sink in it. I want 3 drawers on this side. I want, you know, double doors here. And they tell me everything that they want. So I then come home and I get on Lowe's.com and okay, it's going to take me this many 2x4s to build the walls. It's going to take me this many 2x6s to build the ceiling. It's going to take me this many 2x8s, 2x12s, whatever I'm doing for the floor to build the floor. I already know all this. I already know the, 11/32, 17/32, whatever the flooring is. OSB, tongue and groove. I know, you know, if they're using drywall, if they're using OSB interior walls, the OSB for the exterior wall, the vinyl siding, you know, and you've got the corners, you've got the trim, you've also got to have soffit material. I figure all this in. It usually takes me about an hour or 2 at night. if you watch my short, I was talking about building a desk, kind of, sort of, like a platform over there by my window. And that's what I want that for, was to figure stuff like that out. And to upload videos for you fine people. So, anyways, I would Lowe's, what's the current price? What's the current price on 2x4s? What's the current price on OSB? What's the current price on drywall? What's the current price on the tub that they want, or the shower surround that they want, or the glass doors that they want? Whatever it is that they want, I'm going to go to Lowe's. And this is what I justify my giving them a number by. And all of this is free, by the way. I give free estimates. So now I went to talk to them. Took me about an hour. Took me 30 minutes on the road. Then a couple hours. So I'm about 5 hours into this project at no price. And I've got all my ducks in a row, down to my screws, down to everything that I'm going to need to build this complete flooring, underlayment, plugs, plug wires, wiring, plug covers, everything is in there. And then I do tackle on a couple $100 for things that I forgot, like a faucet or a toilet paper holder or, something like that. That's just what I do as a contractor. So I get all these numbers from Lowe's.com. They accept the job. They put their 10% down or whatever I require. And I go to get materials. And those prices are nowhere near right. Absolutely nowhere near right. So then I started calling back to the contractor's desk. That's a lot of work to give them a list of 300 items and you need a price on everything. They don't like to do that, but they will. Even those prices were off. Okay, now we're taking money out of my pocket as a contractor. But then, even worse than that, I pull up the vanities. This is the vanity that I think they want. So I text them, I email them, or I go over and see them in person and I show them this picture. Yes, that is exactly what we want. Great. So I go back, I look up quantity. They've got 9 in stock. Great. I'm going to go pick it up tomorrow. So I go pick it up tomorrow and to find out that they discontinued those 3 months ago. But yet for some stupid reason, their computer still said they have 9 in stock. If you do find somebody to help you there, they'll look. It's nothing to them to look. Spend 30 minutes looking to find out they don't really have them. But check another Lowe's store. Well, if I wanted to go to that other Lowe's store, I would have shopped there to begin with. And they normally don't have them either. Go buy things such as, when I built my deck, I wanted deck lights on all my posts, my 4x4 post. Don't know why, just what I wanted. So I went, and they had some, and they were easy for me to say, relatively cheap. I think $11, $12 for 2. They go right on top of a 4x4 post. They will also fit a 6x6 post, I do believe. I thought, well, I don't know how many I need, but we'll buy a dozen of them. So I bought 6 2-packs. And I liked them. They were really nice. They're easy to install. Come with the extra part to put it on a 6x6. And I go back to get more. They're discontinued. Well, sir, that's why they were on sale, because they were getting ready to get discontinued. Okay, I understand that. That's great. Make room for the new and improved models. Put a sign up that says these are going to be discontinued. Because people like me, I catch on sale. I'm going to buy something when I need more. I can no longer buy them. I looked the internet over and I couldn't find these things nowhere. So I had to end up going with a different style. Now, luckily, considering I have 2 levels of decks, I was able to put the 12 up here and buy all new for down here. Even though they don't match, it still looks good. But what if I didn't have that option? if Lowe's is going to discontinue something, there should be a sign there that says going to be discontinued, in my opinion. And once again, like I said, they'll tell you they got things in stock when they don't. You custom order things. I watch it. Well, I watch him on YouTube now, but he used to be a TikTok guy. I think he still is. Narrow Way Homestead. And he had a big ordeal with cabinets. He ordered cabinets. I don't even really think they were custom cabinets. I think they were just cabinets that he had to order. And it took him forever to get them. And this seems to be the problem all the time now. I'm trying to squint to see what, okay, we're into this 20 minutes. You've listened to me rant and rave for 20 minutes. If you're still here, give us a thumbs up down below, because I'm giving you a thumbs up, and thank you for watching this and listening to me gripe. So, I don't have another choice other than Lowe's. Well, I mean, let me rephrase that. I do. Lowe's is about 15 miles from here. I could go 50 miles and find a Home Depot. Or whatever else might be around, a Menards. And I do, upon occasions, have to go to places like Menards, which, like I said, 50, 60 miles away, 110-mile round trip. That don't happen very often. We do have a little local lumber yard here. That's also a small hardware store. Their prices are so high compared to Lowe's. Lowe's is already high enough. And then you go there and they're double to triple what Lowe's is. But it is handy to have if I need a box of screws, or 1 2x4, 2 2x4s, or a sheet of 7/16. Actually, I don't think they carry 7/16 OSB. But anyways, you know, if I just need 1 or 2, I'm thankful for them. But so I depend on Lowe's, and Lowe's is not somebody to depend on. And this is coming from a business person. As far as a business person, their prices have gone so skyrocketing. And if you talk to anybody in charge, they just pass the buck. They blame it on somebody else. They blame it on somebody else. And since COVID, and I don't even know if you're even allowed to say that word anymore, but since that happened and blah, 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 and I understand all of that. But you're Lowe's. You're huge. If all of a sudden you're using Valspar paint, because you didn't always sell Valspar paint. If you're using Valspar paint and your supplier says, well, this went from such to triple the price, and you have to pass it on to your customers, just say no. Find somebody else. I know you can do it. I know it's a lot to have to get rid of your old stock and get in new stock. Send all that old stock back to Valspar. Say, hey, you know, I'm going to charge you for this. And it's stupid, the prices. You know, to go from $20-some a gallon of paint just not very long ago to almost $50 a gallon for the cheap, worst paint that you've got. It's not worth it. And that poor girl there that told me, she's like, well, you know, if you'll step up a couple more dollars, like this paint is $52, I think it's $53, tax and all would have been about $55 a gallon. You'll get a lot better paint. It's only a 2-coat paint. Well, I've used this Valspar 2000 since Lowe's started selling it, because Walmart stopped selling colored plates and stopped doing all their custom mixing and stuff. So I started using the Lowe's Valspar. It's always been a 2-coat paint. Upon occasions, if I'm painting a red room to white, yeah, it might take 3 coats. But for the most part, it's a 2-coat paint. It's a paint and primer mixed, blah, 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 blah. That doesn't mean a thing. And so instead, I don't know why they don't just quit stocking the 2000. Instead, the 2000 is now so watery, nobody will use it anymore. So they have no choice but to go up to a higher grade paint, which is more money. And then, like I said, their lumber quality, there is no quality in their lumber. And that might be other places too. I'm just speaking from experience from my Lowe's and from other people's Lowe's, because I talk to a lot of people about it. And I think I've heard about Menards and everybody else. You guys form a coalition or whatever they call it and just say no. We're not accepting this lumber at this price anymore. Now, you want to bring my 2x4s back down to a normal price and make me pick the crappy ones to get halfway decent ones? Okay, I'll deal with that. Put it down to a normal. But you're going to charge me premium price for junk wood. Now, what I've had to do on my personal projects at home, because I'm not trying to bid a job or anything like that. When I built the boys' beds, I bought the better lumber, the premium grade or whatever it's called. Actually, I think their cheap stuff's called premium grade. Whatever it is, the prime, the premium, whatever. I bought it because that was the only decent wood. I still had to pick through it, but it was the only decent looking wood. And, you know, yeah, it was going to be painted. Colton's was painted, and Ricky's was burnt, Shishigi Bond or whatever it's called. But I wanted decent lumber. I'm giving a good price. I want my money's worth. And I know you can't have somebody on your website 24 hours a day, but you can. Somebody needs to be on there updating hourly, every 30 minutes. Somebody needs to be updating. Okay, we had 19 of these, now we have none. Or go and check. Pay somebody, instead of all these guys standing around the corner that won't help you load, tell them, okay, here, get on Lowe's.com, look at this first page, make sure we've got all this actually in stock. Because when you take contractors like me, and you're big into the contractors, you've got a whole back area for contractors, that's where I go. When we bid jobs and you don't have the items, or the items are not what they are priced, that hurts us bad. And you put enough of us out of business, and we'll put you out of business because we won't be buying from you no more because we'll be out of business. So I know there's no customer service anymore. There needs to be. And we are almost 30 minutes into this, me griping. And I'm going to use an adult word. So if you got kids, plug their ears. You guys have listened to me bitch and complain and moan for 30 minutes. And I'm so sorry for that. But I have to tell somebody. I know you can bleep bloop it down in the comments about what you think I should do or what you could do. Or there's really nothing we can do. Until Lowe's stands up and tells their suppliers, no more. You're not going to rape us. We're not going to rape our customers and all that good stuff. Then it's just going to continue to happen. And it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. There's nothing that we can do. I just wanted to complain and whine and cry and no. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day and even better tomorrow and an awesome night. And thank you for hanging out with me while you listen to me rant and rave. And we'll see you guys on the next video or the next live stream. And once again, Happy New Year's. I hope your New Year's brings you everything that you desire and want. We'll see you on the next video or next live stream. And don't forget, I'm my own cameraman, so I got to reach up there and poke you guys in the ear to turn this thing off. We'll see you on the next one.